Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Ledyard. I haven't seen you in a long time, so I thought I'd come and read a book to you. This is Bunny Hopwell's First Spring, and I chose this book because it's springtime, and when I go outside, I see all different signs of spring outside in the yard. So this book is written by Fritz, and it's illustrated by Rachel Dixon. Go. Snow was everywhere. Snowflakes were dancing in the air, blowing in the squirrels' holes, and drifting down rabbits' burrows. Bunny Hopewell did not mind the snow. He had been born just before winter started, and he supposed that a snowy world was the only kind of world there was. But one day his mother said that everything would be different when spring came. And there you see a little, looks like a chickadee and the squirrels out looking for seeds. Spring. It was all the squirrels chattered about, all the chipmunks chirped about, and all the sparrows twittered about. Down in the rabbit burrow on cold winter evenings, it was all Bunny Hopewell's family talked about. Spring. Bunny Hopewell could listen no longer. He flapped his ears, he stamped his feet. "Who is Spring?" he shouted. He thought spring was a person. The Hopewell rabbits could hardly believe their ears. "Who is what?" they cried, tumbling over each other. "Who is Spring?" Bunny Hopewell asked again. Then all the Hopewell rabbits smiled. "Of course," they said. "He's too little to know. He's never felt spring. He's never seen spring." Mother Hopewell saw little Bunny Hopewell's ears growing pinker and pinker. "Hush," she said to her family. "Come here, little Bunny Hopewell." She made room for him on her lap. "Spring is beautiful," Mother Hopewell told him. "Spring is warm." Mother Hopewell went on. "You'll love spring." After that, Bunny Hopewell thought a lot about spring. The more the snow fell, the more he thought, and the more he wished spring, whoever it was, would hurry up. How would spring come, he wondered. On a sled like Farmer Green? Or on a station wagon like Farmer Green? "No," said Bunny Hopewell's mother. "Spring will come in the air." "Spring," said Bunny Hopewell's father, "will push up through the ground." "How will I ever wait?" Bunny Hopewell sighed. "You must practice your high jumps," said Father Hopewell, "because when spring comes, you'll want to jump over the garden fence." Now winter was almost over. Farmer Green's boy put his sled away. Farmer Green got out his rake. The air grew warmer and the days longer. "Not long now," squealed the squirrels. "Spring's almost here." "Spring is just around the corner," sang the birds. So the days get longer and it gets warmer outside when spring comes. "Well," said Bunny Hopewell, "I'm not going to wait 1 minute longer. I'm going out to meet spring." And off he went straight down the path past the barn and into the woods. And there in front of Bunny Hopewell stood a big furry animal, yawning and stretching. The big furry animal looked way down at little Bunny Hopewell. "No," he roared, "I'm a bear, but spring is here. Must be only reason I got up." Thank you very much," said Bunny Hopewell. And he ran off on the path. He thought the bear was spring. Over by a stream, Bunny Hopewell suddenly saw something very blue growing up out of the ground. He sat down gently and sniffed. "Hello," he said. "Hello, spring." "Silly," laughed a voice above Bunny Hopewell. "These are violets." Bunny Hopewell looked up. Sitting in a tree was a bird with a fat red breast. "Are you?" Bunny Hopewell began, but the bird said quietly, "I'm Robin. Who are you?" "I'm Hopewell, Bunny Hopewell," answered. So robins come back in the spring, and we see violets in the yard. I know I have violets in my yard. "Pleased to meet you," Hopewell said, Robin. "How do you like spring?" Bunny Hopewell wiggled his ears. "That's just the trouble," he said. "I can't find spring." "Can't find it," said Robin. "Why?" "You're right in the middle of it." "What?" said Bunny, jumping up in the air. "This green stuff?" "No," Robin laughed. "That's just grass. Good to eat, though. Try some." Bunny Hopewell carefully took one nibble. Bunny Hopewell ate and ate. He forgot all about spring. He ate until his sides were bulging, and then he curled up and took a nap. When he woke up, the sun was high in the sky, the whole world smelled of violets and fresh grass, and the songs of robins were everywhere. Bunny Hopewell was happy, happier and happier than he had ever been in all his life. He didn't know why, he just felt that way. I think he's starting to feel the spring. Still wondering about spring, Hopewell Robin said, dipping down from a tree. "Well," said Robin, "spring is everywhere. You can see it in the warm sun and the fresh green grass, and you can feel it inside you. We all feel it. The violets come up in the spring meadow because they feel it. The bear wakes up in the spring because he feels it. And I spread my wings in the spring, and you wiggle your ears in the spring because we feel spring too. Spring looks good and feels good." "Now do you know what spring is?" asked Robin. Bunny Hopewell's eyes grew bigger and bigger. "Oh, yes," he said. "Oh, thank you." Robin said, "Now I'm going home to tell my mother." Lots of signs of spring. Here's a fern coming up. I have ferns in my garden coming up, and the grass gets greener in the spring. Lickety, 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 he ran through the woods, under the gate, past the barn. He slid to a stop in front of his burrow, and Mother Hopewell was out sunning herself. "Mother, Mother," cried Bunny Hopewell, panting for breath, "I found spring." And guess what? He said, "I know why spring is called spring." Look, Bunny Hopewell squatted on the ground. Then spring, he jumped to clear over the garden fence, and spring, he jumped back again. "See," he laughed, "spring is for springing." All the Hopewell rabbits laughed too, because they knew Bunny Hopewell was right, and because it was fun to watch this little rabbit in his first spring. The end. Have you been seeing signs of spring? Maybe out in your backyard, or maybe you've taken a walk down around the block. I know I've seen lots of signs of spring in my backyard. I have daffodils and hyacinths and all kinds of flowers blooming right now. And the trees are starting to get their leaves on. And sometimes we've had warm days, but this past week it's been a bit windy. So it's been nice to have spring and all the pretty flowers out in the yard blooming. I hope you look for signs of spring, and even though we can't be together and we have to be inside our house. I miss you very much, and I hope you're finding books to read either online or you have some books at home. And I look forward to seeing you next year, and I will keep reading to you. I miss you very much. Hugs and kisses. Mwah.